There is currently a big fear in the heart of the zoologic as the Prime Minister of Israel promises Simon Ekpa 20,000 foot soldiers. Hey, on a man. I'm saying, this 2024 will be very, very interesting. Don't worry, we are still in January. We are just starting. We are just starting, and a lot of things is already happening. They have never seen the kind of capacity that we are doing to ensure the fruitfulness of what we do. And by so, they have every alternation to declare that Biafra is a rising state. 20,000 foot soldiers will be arriving. Israel's foot soldiers. You see, this is no longer a joke. This is no longer a joke as usual. This is what we call big facial expression. Big facial expression. Expression that has to do with a lot of see notice. So, we must stay committed in the fight for music. We must stay focused on every areas of our life, in every things that we are doing, on the things that should make us look very focused. That is what we must stay. See, this thing is already playing well in their eyes. And the whole scenario is now making sense to these people. So, as we continue to partake in this very struggle of freedom, we must understand that we are now at that point where we need it most. At that point where we should help ourselves to achieve more extended order. So the meeting will happen in Israel, and of course he will be escorted with 2 fighter jets to bring him close as how Biafra restoration will be declared. See, no matter how they try to twist the Igbo people, no matter how they want to treat the Igbo people, we have always been at that position of winning. We're always winning, we're always victorious, we're always this, we're always that, and yet they keep doing their nonsense and we are still winning. It is shocking them. How are we surviving all these shots? How are we surviving? How are they doing it? Well, eventually, it doesn't matter what they do. Because what matters more now is that we are now committed more than ever to make sure that Biafra is achieved this 2024. Now there's a date, of course. There is a date. This is the first time that Biafra has ever had a date connected to their achievement. Now, we will tell them that we can't be bullied. It doesn't matter how you people want to twist it, we cannot be bullied. And that's the funny thing. No matter what they do, they will get to see that we have conceived ourselves to become more fruitful in everything we are doing. And by so doing, more victory will be registered. And that's how we become victorious. Victorious in the morning, victorious in the evening, and victorious all the time. The US Secretary has reacted to Mazi Prime Minister Simon Ekpa after being asked by some Nigerian politicians on their plan to help them deport Simon Ekpa. When I was making yesterday's video, some of you don't understand what I was saying, that they need this man. They need him. By all means, anything they can do, they ought to do it. ASAP. No two ways about it. But here's the funny thing here, right? You see, some people do not believe that Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has surpassed several levels. Before I will say what the man said, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has surpassed several levels. He has passed them. It's even difficult for the US to deport him because they have laws. They have laws and they obey their laws. Nigerians have laws, but they don't obey their laws. So somebody can wake up and say, "Do you know who I am?" And they change the law. It happens. That's played on everywhere. Today you have a drug lord ruling your country. What do you care about? What do you care about? That's the question. So a lot has been made noticed, and predominant. We must start recognizing the physical warriors that is ready to challenge us. It doesn't matter how fast they go. It doesn't matter how they want to run the whole case. What matters more is Biafra is already existing. So when they asked him what is their plan to help them bring back Simon Ekpa, they said this young man that you people are seeing is now above us. He's now above us. We have tried to make calls, make contact and all that, but this guy is above us. And that is just the open truth. You cannot beat a man who you do not create. Can you even create a man? That's what so many of them fail to realize. Can you even beat a man that you did not create? It's not possible. So we must gather up this information and do all the necessary things that should be done. And when we do them, we can now open our hands and our hearts to all these things, telling ourselves nothing but the truth. That this is the time to make everything make sense. Because whether you like it or not, we are already moving with a speed that cannot be matched. A heavy speed that cannot be matched. And that's where the whole journey begins. We must keep looking at ourselves and tell ourselves nothing but the truth. That the journey to hold ourselves and continue in that path where our predecessors like Nnamdi Kanu and the rest of them have set must begin in every ways. And that's just it. We have come to realize big time that nothing makes more sense than talking about Biafra. That's nothing but the truth.